Welcome back to another triangle strategy.
Serenoa, making a valiant stand in defense of the Rosellan village, slays Silvio Tellior.
So that's the biggest gist of what happened last episode. It's the battle chapter where we finally fight Silvio and beat him.
Word of their disobedience reaches the Holy One, who sends an army to conquer the heretics. With the enemy only a day's march from their doorstep, House Wolffort and the Roselle scrambled to mount one last stand. Time is of the essence.
Alright, 300 vibes, or The Last Samurai. The Still of the Night. Side stories? Nope. Exploration more of. This is my favorite track, I swear. The best strategies are made under this track.
So that's the size of it. House Wolffort has gone to such great lengths for us.
It was our decision and ours alone. Your people brought nothing upon us.
It is as Serenoa says. We are happy to do all that we can to protect you.
Forgive me, Lady Frederica, but your mother was Lady Orlaea, was she not? You came to our rescue just as she did. I cannot help but feel 'twas fated to be so.
You knew my mother?
Where did you hear of this, Jerome? I've told you not a whit about her.
I overheard whispers between my mother and father long ago. Why would the elders labor to keep such information secret?
Well, truth be told, we feared being persecuted anew.
And so your greatest fears have come true. Pray, hide no longer, and tell Lady Frederica what you know.
You know the history of Hyzante's oppression of the Roselle, yes? Then you know of the Rosellan revolt that occurred 30 years ago. Your mother, Lady Orlaea, led that uprising at the source. She led us to freedom from Hyzante's rule, here to the Wolffort domain. She was a woman of great courage. She even left a sizable gash upon the goddess's statue as we departed.
The statue that stands tall in the source. I've never heard tell of this gash.
I reckon not. Hyzante would never admit to such a thing. But we, Roselle, know the truth.
I had no idea my mother was involved with the revolt, let alone led it.
And it was my father who gave them this land to settle.
That he did. Lady Orlaea, for her part, vowed to fight on, to liberate those who remained in Hyzante. The rest of us, battered and bruised in the escape, parted ways with her, and remained here to live out our days in peace.
And so she eventually found her way to Aesfrost, where she was taken in. I thank you for sharing such a wonderful chapter of my mother's history.
I hear she rallied the people to her cause with these words. The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia. The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
How much of this have you heard?
Hold, I beg you, recite those words once more.
The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia.
Benedict had an epiphany.
The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
So there exists a key that gives the lie to the goddess's teachings. With that in hand, we can yet confront Hyzante.
How does
Pray
Benedict
tell,
know?
good elder. What might it look like?
Alas, I fear I do not know.
I know not to what they were referring. but my parents always said Lady Orlaea left it in this village.
Then the key is here. Jerome, please. We would speak with your parents at once.
I'm afraid that's not possible. They both passed many moons ago.
We must find this key, Lord Serenoa. I know it sounds like a fool's errand, but I feel we have no other choice.
I agree. 'Tis a slight hope, but hope nonetheless. Let the search begin.
You don't even know what they're looking for. Anyways. We know the key is in this village, though precisely what form it takes still eludes us. I need more information. If the key does indeed remain in the village, I will find it. I must. Alright. How about we look for treasures first? Superior iron. Never seen a belt this color before. Perhaps this is the one Jerome's parents took such a liking to. Perhaps this belt is the key that will show us the way forward. That's the belt. What's this? A mirror, and an old rusted one at that. It's an old rusty mirror. My word, the designs on this mirror are exquisite. I had no idea the rust hid such splendor. Perhaps this mirror is the key that will show us the way forward. Okay, that's 2 pink stuff now. The last one should be with the Elder. I know nothing of any key, and you'll find nothing of any import in my home. We took such great pains to flee the source, yet our past continues to haunt us. Perhaps we are tainted after all. I wonder why the village elder would so vehemently deny the key's existence. I should almost like to search his home myself. Preferably while he is away, though I know he would not grant such a request from the likes of me. I should like to search the Elder's home, but I know he'll never grant me permission. It pains me to ask you this, but might you be able to draw him out of his house for a moment? Ordinarily, I would not stand for deceiving an old man, but I agree that this may be the only chance we get. Elder, forgive me, but may I speak with you outside for a moment? An audience outside with Lady Frederica. To what do I owe the honor, and what would you ask of me? I'm afraid I have none to tell, my dear. I endeavor to forget the past. Here we are wasting time. If there are any stories you remember of days gone by, I should love to hear them. Anything at all will do. A box, hidden beneath the rug. It would seem the elder did have something to hide. The pink rock. Perhaps this rock is the key that will show us the way forward. Elder, you sneaky bastard. Trying to hide some stuff from us, huh? We may very well find what we seek in the Elder's home. Cling to the thought that Lady Orlaea's last great hope for us lay in this very village. I wish it to be true from the bottom of my heart. Is the legend so old it's been forgotten, or is someone keeping something from us? They leave us no choice but to upend the village in our search. The Roselle have a long dark history of being oppressed, and I reckon they're none too happy about outsiders like us reminding them of it. So we're gonna be going for utility. This one. Is that so? Well, thank you for telling me. You have my word that I shan't tell another soul. This one. Pray do not lose hope. The road ahead is arduous, but we must remain strong. House Wolffort will do all it can for you. We should seek out one who knows the legend of the Roselle. That will be our best chance at finding the key. Yeah, I think I pretty much got everything in this exploration. So let's just conclude it. Or no, I haven't spoken to Gila. There are a number of objects within the village that could qualify as the key we are looking for. Yeah, too late, Gila. Anyways.
Elder, for the sake of the Roselle, I've come to speak with you about the key.
Lord Serenoa, I am not one to speak in metaphor and code. I bid you tell me precisely what it is you seek.
Could this pink rock be the key?
Where did you find that?
So it is the key. What do you know of it?
Clearly I can deceive you no longer. I shall tell you everything.
What is this strange pink rock?
A simple taste shall tell you all you need to know.
Is it salt? It's probably salt.
My word, it tastes of salt. No, it is salt.
Truly, a rock of salt.
Indeed, it is. And the story behind it is a long one. This crystal before you was brought here by Lady Orlaea.
My mother brought this?
And you knew of this the whole time, Elder?
Yes, but the seeds of conflict ought not to be left in the sun where they are apt to grow. That was our decision.
Are there any other crystals like this?
There are. Lady Orlaea spoke of a repository rife with salt, hidden somewhere in Norzellia.
And where might that somewhere be?
It's probably the mines that Dragan exposed.
Unfortunately, I do not know. And I fear the knowledge passed with Lady Orlaea herself.
Do you know anything about this, Lady Frederica? Anything at all? Did your mother ever mention these crystals to you before? It is imperative that you remember.
I apologize, but this is my first time hearing of them as well.
Calm yourself, Benedict. You're scaring the lass.
Calm myself. The very existence of this crystal changes the nature of our realm as we know it. If you have ever wondered why Hyzante oppresses the Roselle or confines them to the source, this is your answer.
So they did it all to hide the existence of the repository and monopolize salt.
And not just that, anyone who finds that repository could reign over all Norzellia.
Would it really have so great an influence?
Salt is a divine boon, a gift from the goddess to her true believers. It is one of Hyzante's fundamental beliefs, one that, due to their monopoly on both salt and the source, has appeared true all these years. But no longer. With this crystal alone, we can prove their doctrine false.
Revealing their absolute teachings to be mere fabrications would shake Hyzante to its very core.
There may be hope for us yet.
A report, my lord. Hyzante's army is on the horizon.
Lord Serenoa, if you would, I should like to be the one to speak to them.
Of course, Benedict. I leave the matter in your capable hands.
Benedict gonna save the day? Oh, Exarm's leading it.
Lord Serenoa, how unfortunate it is for us to meet under such circumstances. But for disobeying the Holy One's order, I must strike you down.
Yes, a Levin sword.
Before that, Minister Exham, there is something we wish to show you.
It is a mere fragment of something we have discovered in this village. It is a crystal made entirely of salt.
What madness is this you speak? This is salt, indeed. But how is this possible?
It appears to have been passed down among the Roselle. and in a quantity large enough to rival the source.
Unbelievable.
Perhaps so, but we have proof. Salt can be found in places other than the sacred grounds beneath the goddess's feet. I am certain the implications do not escape you.
What is it that you want?
An audience with the Holy One. And a guarantee of safety for us and everyone in this village.
It would be a waste to dispose of both the crystal and House Wolffort here. Very well then. I shall secure you an audience with the Holy One. And you have my word, the village will be safe from harm.
They'll be fighting all those cavaliers.
Thank you, Minister.
Oh, how I wish I could see the Holy One's face contorted so.
Another scheming bastard.
We owe our lives to this. A crystal of salt. Or salt crystal, shall we call it?
The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norsellia. The blessings of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
Can you imagine if crystals like this were hidden beneath the surface of Norsellia?
I cannot imagine Hyzante being blind to their existence. Salt is the lifeblood of their nation.
Agreed, which leads me to believe that they have relentlessly oppressed the Roselle to hide it.
You intend to negotiate with the Holy One, then?
Correct. This time, we shan't fail. Not with this salt crystal in our hands. Hyzante will swear its support to us.
If their teachings are truly false, could you not ask them to free the Roselle at the source?
That is a risk we cannot afford to take. Our first priority is rebuilding Wolffort. Without it, we cannot even hope to protect our own Rosellan village. I do hope you understand.
I see. I suppose you are right.
What will you do once granted those privileges, Benedict?
What will I do?
I tire of being made to decide like this time and time again. Don't you, Serenoa?
I do. Our choices grow ever harder, each time piercing me deeper.
It's time we decide what to do for ourselves. I wish to reclaim Glenbrook. With Hyzante beside us, we can defeat Aesfrost. So when we meet, I will ask the Holy State to go to war with us.
Make it sound so easy. Well, they have the ultimate leverage, the salt crystal.
House Wolffort protects the Roselle in defiance of the Holy One's orders. Hyzante sends an army to punish Wolffort for their disobedience. Cornered though they may be, Serenoa and his comrades discover a crystal of salt, hidden in the Rosellan village. Benedict leverages its very existence in negotiations with the opposing Jagsam and succeeds. The crystal holds the power to change not only Hyzante, but the entire land of Norsellia. With it in hand, Serenoa goes to meet the Holy One.
Have character stories. Oh, nice. I'm gonna recruit another one. A barkeep.
What is the realm coming to?
Hail, fair maid.
Well, if it isn't Eridor. Have a seat. You've ample choice.
Who are you and what have you done with the barkeep? The one I know ain't prone to melancholy.
She is when word of a fellow barkeep's misfortunes reaches her. It's all in this letter. People are taken to plunder and to survive this war, and my friend's tavern was destroyed beyond repair.
Here's hoping your fine establishment escapes unscathed.
I can't bear to think of what I'd do without this place.
My heart goes out to you. As if times weren't hard enough with customers.
I can't think straight for worrying so much. Well, you're a soldier, aren't you? Can't you just go out there and crush your enemies so we can be done with all this?
Easier said than done.
If only it were so easy. What I wouldn't give to wield a flagon every day instead of a blade.
Never took you for the type to make excuses, Eredor.
Yeah, and for the record, you don't wield the blade. You wield a shield.
Eredor is doing everything he can. The realm suffers because of my failings.
Forgive me, Lord Wolffort. It was hardly my intention to blame you. What with things being as they are, I haven't been myself these days. But enough of this. All the moping in the world won't change a thing. It's time for action. My lord, as you can see, I'll have no choice but to shutter my tavern if the war doesn't end. And soon. So let me join you. I think you'll find that pouring ale isn't the only trick I have up my sleeve. Ah, but where are my manners? Hossabara's the name, my lord. At your service.
Alright.
A barkeep I may be, but good drink isn't the only way I know how to heal what ails people.
I can vouch for that, my lord. Hossabara is good to have around in a pinch.
Then I see no reason to refuse. You are most welcome among us.
Ha! Heartening to see you're the decisive type. I won't let you down.
Except he isn't. He always relies on the scales, remember?
And you've made a good decision as well. Couldn't have picked a better lord to serve, I tell you.
Aye. I gathered that the way you're always singing his praises.
Oh, she has a horse. And a healer. Nice, we're gonna need another healer. Let's get a quick look. Oh, she uses a staff. 22 strength, so she can deal damage, she can be at the front and also heal at the same time. Oh, resurrection earring, that's cool. What about the skills? Interesting. Alright, let's go back to the main story.
We granted you an audience because of Minister Exham's petition, but I did not expect you to show us this. A crystal made of salt. How very fascinating. It certainly does contradict the doctrine here in our blessed land. Or it would, were it real. Have you any proof that this was not created by magic or technology?
Well...
With all due respect, Minister, I have a question for you in return. What do you think of Aesfrost and Glenbrook's decree to stop trade with Hyzante?
I think it nothing more than a threat. Neither would last very long without our salt.
Gustadolph is no fool. Such an edict would not come without proper countermeasures in place. Countermeasures such as another source of salt, for example. Having their own salt would make Hyzante redundant, at best, and your nation would soon find itself in dire straits without the salt tax's revenue.
What is it you want from us?
Your full support.
Lend us your strength. and together we can defeat Aesfrost, and Hyzante's ties to all nations will remain intact.
You mean to start a war? The kingdom of Glenbrook may be naught but a puppet now, but it was once your homeland. You understand this, yes?
We do.
Even so, my people do not wish for war. We must try to resolve this peacefully first.
Do you think Gustadolph can be reasoned with? Need I remind you that it was he who invaded Glenbrook?
Alright, tone it down, Prince. They're gonna find out you're Roland.
He is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Be that as it may, neither my people nor soldiers will accept it as a reason to go to war.
Then I shall give you one.
Oh, I think it's time.
For I am the second son of King Regna. Roland Glenbrook.
You live. There is no mistaking that face.
Huh. So the prince lives to slay his kingdom's invader. We could not ask for a better reason.
If you need a just cause to go to war, let it be me. We must stop Gustadolph.
It all makes sense now. O Holy One, have you heard? Pray, tell me what you would have us do. It shall be done.
I wish we could be hearing those.
Wolffort, Prince Roland, heed the words of the Holy One. The holy state of Hyzante stands with you. The Holy One would see you defeat Aesfrost and restore peace to Norzelia.
That was easy.
Shall spare no effort in your fight against Gustadolph. From this day forth, we support Prince Roland as our commander, and Lord Serenoa as one of the Saintly Seven.
Me? A saint?
We are brethren now. We ride to war together.
Damn, that was a quick change of heart.
Well, would you look at that? We secured Hyzante's support, and you even got yourself named one of the Saintly Seven.
We also received a signed document stating the Roselle in Wolffort are left in our care.
Good going, lad.
Oh, it is Benedict and Roland to whom we owe this victory.
Everyone here has suffered so much on my behalf. My weakness and worthlessness have brought pain and misfortune to you all. And for that I must apologize.
You've got nothing to apologize for. I already told you. House Wolffort's the sword and shield of the crown.
I've decided that I must press forward, even if it means crawling forth on my hands and knees. I ask for your support as always. I know I will need it.
And you shall have it. I'm with you every step of the way, my lord.
Is something the matter, Frederica?
No. My apologies for worrying you.
Now, to battle!
All
We
right.
take back Glenbrook with our own hands!
Okay.
Did you know about this salt crystal exam?
No. Neither did I know of Prince Roland's survival. I thought he had perished.
Likewise. What did you make of the Holy One's decree?
Hyzante is a grand nation, but unfortunately not one blessed with a bountiful harvest of anything other than salt. Were we not able to trade, there is no doubt our nation would wither to naught. We've relied solely on salt for much too long, and that reality was made painfully clear to us.
harsh words.
That's why they're forced to deal with Gustadolph now.
But true nonetheless. Do you think we can triumph over Aesfrost?
Mark my words, Minister Kamsell. There is no fight Exham Marshal cannot win.
Okay, big guy.
The Holy One has ordered for us to deliver our Elfric to House Wolffort.
And here I thought your research results to be top secret. What a curious turn of events.
Perhaps the Hierophant determined it a good chance to test them in the field. They could easily sink an Aesfrosti's ship or two.
And yet I see not a trace of a smile on you.
I never wanted to build weapons for war.
Yet you don't think twice about toying with human life. How ironic.
How dare you!
Have a wonderful day.
She just got trolled.
The audacity of Edor's dog.
Are you certain it's wise to return to Aesfrost alone, Your Grace? You are needed here.
If Sikrus's missive is to be believed, I'm afraid matters are far too grave to be left to anyone else. Svarog's deception is nearing its climax. His ill-gotten profits are being used to build a weapon of untold destructive power.
Our anonymous source from the manufactory hinted at as much. Svarog is bold to have carried out his plan this far.
Death Snell? What's that?
Let the adults speak, my dear.
If we're to be wed, then there should be trust between us. How long do you intend on treating me like a child?
Very well. Tell her, Thalos.
If you insist, brother. This weapon combines the powerful explosives developed by Dragan with Aesfrost's mastery of steelcraft. Although yet to be tested, this cannon is said to have the power to breach even Hyzante's walls. The goddess's shield would buckle under a single blast.
But the shield is impregnable.
I have heard nothing of this. Do you think so little of your general?
A general is to win me victory, as and when I command it.
She's unsatisfied.
Svarog's intent isn't to bring Hyzante to heel, however. He means to use the cannon against Brother. But the fool was so blinded by ambition that he never saw the strings guiding his every deed.
Fool that he may be, he served his purpose well. The cannon could not have been made without his engineers and Dragan's research. He will die secure in the knowledge that his bloodline contributed to the glory of Aesfrost. Sadly, he shall not live to see his work completed. With it, we shall do what our forebears could not. The goddess's shield shall yield before Aesfrost's might and ingenuity.
If we can even approach the walls, brother, the trade embargo will ensure that Hyzante is especially wary of our actions.
On the contrary, their focus will turn inward. With naught else to leverage their influence with, they will take measures to see that none of their precious salt escapes their borders. There may be some gnashing of teeth, to be sure, but it will only be in an attempt to hide their inner turmoil. Erica, muster a force and march to the Hierophant's palace at once. Deliver to Hyzante my final demands.
As you wish, brother. I shall gather what news I can of the Saintly Seven's machinations.
Thalas, you will remain in Glenbrook. Conduct yourself as if I had never left.
You hardly need to ask, brother.
That is all. Now go.
Even his own flesh and blood are but tools to be used and then discarded when their purpose is served.
He has faith only in himself. Such has ever been his way.
Well, it's that. War's gonna start breaking out.